What's up, Grim Crew? YouTube viewers, if you want to skip ahead of the gameplay, a timestamp will be provided for you in the description box below. As for the rest of you watching live as it happens, welcome back to my gaming dungeon. I am your dungeon master. I am the Grim Gamer. How the hell are you on this Tuesday night? See several in the chat already. Lurk, thanks for stopping by. Suave Beardson's in the house. And Squirrel Gaming 83, what's up? Squirrel, the skip isn't working. Hey, did you hear me say the YouTube viewers? Squirrel, come on, does this look like YouTube to you? No. No, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Glad you're here. And welcome back to another stream, another Tuesday night stream. Tonight, okay, let me switch it right quick. Welcome back to another Tuesday night stream. Tonight we've got part 4 in what should be the finale of BloodRayne 2 Revamped on the PlayStation 5. Where we left off, I actually had to go back and kind of do a recap myself because I kind of forgot some of what happened, but Rayne encountered... Why does my audio sound weird? Which audio? Myself? Me? Or the game? Because right now the game, besides that, has no audio. I sound sped up at the end? Oh, on your end. Yeah, not sure on that one. No idea. If it's sounding good everywhere else, he says operator error. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just need a refresh or something. I'm not really sure if there's a lag on your end or exactly what's going on there. But where we left off, Rayne encountered and fought against two of her half-siblings. One being Feral, I think her name was, and the other is Ephemera. We had to fight our way through a zoo, so that was fun. And we end up getting into and did a boss fight with Ephemera, defeated her, so Rayne took her out. I want to say it's Feral, and that might not be right. I don't remember right offhand, but we're going to call it Feral anyway. Once we defeated her, Ephemera threw her off of a skyscraper. Come to find out, she wasn't dead. So she came back and tried to assemble her own army, trying to overthrow Kagan. Kagan being all of their fathers, whether it's Feral, Ephemera, Rayne, all of them. That's Kagan is the big dog, I guess, when it comes to this vampire bloodline. And she wants to overthrow Kagan. I don't see that's how that's going to work. Yes, indeed he was. And one of the other half-siblings was the brother that we took out in the mansion at the beginning of the game. I don't remember his name. And come to find out, the mad scientist that was working for Ephemera and Feral was also one of their half-brothers as well. So I don't know how many offspring Kagan had, but it sounds like it's a lot. But anyways, again, we defeated Ephemera, and we started going through Kagan's tower. We went through the laboratories. Xerx was the other guy's name. The mad scientist. Xerx or Zurex or something like that. And then we went through some offices where we got to throw some people around. So there's only a couple chapters left from what it looks like to me. So there should be no reason we shouldn't be finishing this up tonight. So with that being said, I hope y'all got something to sip on. Of course, I got my Code Red Mountain Day. Got to have the day around here. You know what I mean? Again, I hope you're all doing well. I hope you had a good night. And again, thanks for joining me for this. So let's get back into it and try to finish this game off.
Ooh, there is a distinctive aroma.
Can you identify it?
Well, I'd have to say if there was anything in this world that smelled like something called an unraveler, this would be the one. Ye gods, I think I found the unraveler's playroom.
Oh boy.
Everything you hope for.
Oh, for sure. I know I say it all the time, but it's a real shame you're missing this one.
Hey!
Whoa, Unraveler is not just a funny nickname. Damn.
Well, we start tonight off with a boss fight. Which I'm not 100% sure. To all these other boss fights, there's been tricks to them. Whoops, I did not want to jump off of that. Well, anyway, the Unraveler is what we're dealing with here. Oof!
You do not go wrong at a man who's got a machine gun!
Damn right. Whoop! Oh! Well, I can climb all this stuff. I gotta be able to climb all of this for a specific reason. I would think. Again, that's what I would assume. I should not assume. We all know what it means to assume things. And you should... The safest thing to assume is to not assume. Whoop! Bye-bye. I need some of my health back here. Well, I don't know how I can get close to it. Because that's hanging out on that pole. So there's got to be a way that I can get to it to do damage, I would think. Oh, knock it off with your shotgun. What do you think you're really going to do with that? Oof! I can't go any further that way, so what is the point of coming up here exactly? Okay. Blood bomb, blood flame, blood hammer. I guess we'll try the blood hammer, I guess. Well, that did a little damage. Maybe that's the trick? Maybe I just gotta use the guns. Potentially. I don't know. So, kick you away. And I'll just fall down here. It's cool. Ow. You are one ugly. Yep, I can't use my blade standing on the wire, so that's out of the question. Yeah, that's probably safe to assume that they put all these enemies here for my ammo. So kick you away. And give me ammo. Well, I don't think it's a perfect plan, but it seems to be doing something, slowly but steadily. That's not what I tried to do, but that's what we're going to do, I guess. I know there was somebody just shooting. Yeah, there you are. Yeah. I need more ammunition than that. And why do I have a pop-up going on over here? Sorry. Oh, hey, look at you. Hey, you wanna be some of my ammo too? Whack! Oh, missed it. Oh, that's cool. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, need, whoops. Need more ammo again. Oh, there's somebody. Come here, bud. Whoops. Alright, yep, little by little, we're cutting him down. Cutting him down. Alright. Whoops. Okay, that leads nowhere. Good to know. I could use some more health again, too. Anybody want to help me with that? I know people are shooting. Whoop! Well, there's somebody up there, but I can't... Oh, I can... Whoa! Whoops! Damn it. Oh, Rain. Rain, what are we doing right now? Oh, there's somebody that she won't latch onto. Get away from the edge. Maybe that's part of the problem. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now we need some more guys for ammo. Ah, there's one. Say, Rain, will you please latch on when I tell you? Oh, missed that one completely. Alright, I need more people. I need more people. Oh, there's one. There's one. What, down here? Oh, what happened? Oh, maybe it was the fire? I don't know. I thought there was a guy up. Okay. Now I gotta do all of that all over again. Wonderful. Ooh. That's great. That's just fantastic. Okay. Fine. Alright, note to self, as soon as I hit him with one, he retreats, so don't fire a second one right away, or I straight up waste ammo.
Looky here, guys. All of us here without a date. What are we gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You're gonna die. That's what you're going to do.
All day long I've been looking for you. Go, get over here, stupid. Hey, guys, check it out. Hey, vampire bitch.
All right, goodbye. Yeah, come on down. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's the plan. I think that's the plan. Hey, what up, dude? Yeah, you want to just kind of, you know, keep walking up behind me. Yeah. Oh, I did it again. Did it again. Oh, yep. Complete miss on that one. Say, come on back. Come on back.
Oh!
Got all 3 shots in that time. Who the hell you think you shooting at, bud? Stupid? Who you calling stupid? You don't call me stupid. Whack! Whoops. Did not mean to go down there. God, we're getting close. Getting close. Alright, another shot or two should take care of it, I think. Where are you at? There you are. Gotcha. Bye-bye. Bloodstorm acquired. That's what a level 3 blood rate was that, like Super Saiyan 3 blood rage? Is that what that is? All right. So that was the Unraveler. I see a printing press, and I think that means, and a roller with spikes. This could be fun. Let's see, let's go with the bloodstream. Oh, I didn't even think to use that. Damn it.
Looky here, guys. All of us here without a date.
Okay, hold on. Really? Okay, I'm trying to do something specific, and it's not working. So we're gonna have to do this section again, I think.
Hey, guys, check it out. Hey, vampire bitch.
Whack! Oh, that's right. Get out of here. Okay.
Where'd she go?
Okay. Alright, I was trying to do something specific, it didn't work, and then I was trying to recover from that, and none of that worked. So, let's try this again. Whack! Whack!
Okay, I'll come back. I'm joking! I'm joking!
I'm joking, I'm joking. That's still not what I was trying to do.
Feeding time. That's how.
Here, deal with you right quick. Okay. No, power off. What just happened? Okay. Nope, you're one I can't feed on, so that just screwed me. Damn it, man. Okay. Nope, I was trying. I'm having so much trouble in this section, and not with the boss. It's ridiculous. I hate those enemies that you can't use the harpoon on. And you can't, like, suck on their blood. It just makes it a pain in the ass.
Like after I'm done whooping your ass, I may prance around.
Uh-oh. Dragon's reservoirs are running low again. Gotta make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
That was almost too close. Again. Okay. Get my health back. My goodness. Kick you down. Really? Alright. Now where the hell are you? There. Leave me alone. Another one of you?
Bow down and obey.
And these are ones that you can't... There, I can harpoon you. Come here. Come here. You.
Feeding time.
Get out of here, man. Those are such a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, do that again.
Wow. Okay. This is ridiculous. First of all, let's just go right down here.
Bow down and obey.
Damn, I'm a couple of foot slow.
I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do here.
Found a string. Do you like it like that?
Okay. Once again, I gotta probably whip guys into the thing, but them ones are a real pain to try to harpoon. Apparently you can. You just have to do, like, certain things. Or something. Hell, I don't know, but...
Guys, look what we got here. Nice outfit, ma'am. You look pretty stupid down there now, damn.
Get out of here. Damn you. Then I'm on the damn rail again.
Yeah, kinda stings, huh?
Let me hear you scream.
Okay, I have an idea what to do with you. Just die.
Oh yeah, do that again.
Knock it off. All right, now, really, wow.
Let me hear
Wow,
you scream.
really?
That's how I like it, honey.
Get out of here. Do I have to hit? Okay. That's okay. I thought I defeated so many enemies, then that turned on. But no, apparently I hit the thing. Okay. Yeah! Alright, 2 more. Throw you in the press. Haven't got the luxury of audio ATM, but hey, how you doing? Oh, damn it. Throw you in there. Now that opens. Sort of. Oh, that was dope. That was cool.
Yeah, Kagan pisses me off. Oh, what a lucky day this is for me.
All right, who's shooting? Cause I need
I've been in
help.
training all day for this, and I gotta tell you, I showed up early. I got the good seats. I'm ready to kick your ass.
I think you're ready to die.
You should run. It won't help, but it might make you feel better.
Damn you. All right, against the wall. Seriously, move it. All right. Says, hey, let me start. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. I was, little preoccupied there. That was kind of stupid. Well, and that was also extremely dumb.
I've been waiting to do this all fucking day. It's
All
go time,
fucking day?
stupid. Look at that stupid hair.
Okay.
Jeez, this thing's heavy. Ah, I must have loaded.
There we go. Starting to get a little figured out. Anyways, sorry, Xana. How you doing? Good to see you.
Don't worry, they do wonders with prosthetics these days.
Someone's got class. Who wants class? Someone needs some class? Well, class is about to be in session. Oh, another one of you. Damn it. Alright. Say, where are you at?
Like,
Well, that Bloodstorm's cool. I don't really know what it does exactly, but it looks cool. We just gonna be tumbling and tumbling, huh? Turning into acrobatic contest. Alright, this asshole that's shooting me, I'm not gonna have that. Not cool. Oh, alright, alright. Fancy move there. Hey, come here, bud. Whack! Gotcha. Boom. Curtain twice torn. Okay. No idea what that is. Bloodstorm. Bloodstorm, why do you suck so much?
Hagen keeps his carrot dangling right in front of my mouth. You know, he's gonna turn me. He's gonna turn me any day now. You know, I just gotta look over the paperwork. You know?
I'm not 100% sure what Bloodstorm does. I did it once by accident, and I was like, oh, well, it looked cool. I don't know what it did.
What are you gonna do with those knives? I hope you got some for me. I'm gonna smack you until you go get me a sandwich.
Whack.
Ha!
Alright, let's get some ammo back.
Oh.
Goodbye. There we go. Alrighty.
There she is.
Whoop!
Ha! Hey, tight suit. Over here, stupid.
Say, I don't think I killed him. Nope, not quite. It was cool, though. All right. Moving right along. Oh, we doing a TV show?
Such good sport. They smashed. Ah.
Ow. Damn.
Such good sport. He's here.
Did you even see that coming?
You shall not pass.
Come on. Goodbye. Woo. Hey guys, how are you doing? Just sitting back enjoying the show? There we go, I need some health. Thank you very much. Yeah, wasn't a whole lot of blood left in him. Okay, so that was those guys. Another one down. Looks like, what's that next? Next is Sky Bridge? Yeah, because that was the media center. So now we got the Sky Bridge. Last time we had to deal with any kind of bridge in the last game, it was a royal pain in my ass. Don't know if I like the idea of a sky bridge. Kagan, we're coming for you.
Hey, fight you! Over here, stupid!
That. Uh-huh. Okay. There's number 3. Number 4. Some ammunition here. Okay, well that was all 4 of them.
Grab the presents, guys? Or should we just go ahead and whoop its ass?
Well, it's got a thing here, but I've already knocked it off its pedestal, so I'm not... I'm not sure what's happening. Well, damn it. Well, something is not cooperating with me here. Unless... Yeah, there's 3 of the 4. So where did the 4th one go? I'm a little confused. There's only 3 of these in the pool.
Alright, guys, look what we got here. Awesome, look at this!
But there was 4... Let me... I think something got screwed up there. Like, I see all 4 of those, but only 3 were in the pool. I don't know what happened to the last one. Oh, sweet. See, there's one on top of the thing. Makes the window crack. So then there's 2. Oh, didn't realize you had a weapon. Damn you. So there's 2 there now.
Oh, look what happened to me.
So now that's 3 of them in the middle. And I think when I went to hit the next one, the cutscene or something played too. And that may have messed it up. I don't know. See, that's gonna... The 4th one now going to roll into the center. Yeah. So something got screwed up there. To hell with your office furniture. Another one of you guys, man? Really? Ah, damn it.
We settle this here. They smell.
You should run. It won't help, but it might make you feel better.
What you got, bud? What you got? You got nothing! 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 Oh, more people!
Keep your eyes peeled, guys. We're looking for a easy to find.
Out the window. Goodbye. See ya!
Oh, look what happened to me.
Oh, yeah, look what's gonna happen to you. Okay.
Why can't I just chase a really slow, crippled guy? They're easy to find.
Bye-bye. Ooh. Oh, I don't know what happened, but... all of a sudden, I just got all of my health back. I'm not really sure why. But I'll take it. Yeah, there we go. And you? No. Out the window. Woo! That might be just as good as the Minority Report, flinging through everybody through the office furniture bit. That was very satisfying. I enjoyed that very much. Oh, another one of you? Oh, bring it. Bring it! Come on, I know you know that little flippy shit. Come on. Fine. If the blades don't seem to be doing nothing, I'll just blast you to death. Damn you. Alright, well, that was Skybridge. That works for me. That didn't seem all that hard. Little glitch there. Little bit of a glitch. With trying to get through the, little skylight there, but it's alright. Made it work. Should only have a couple more chapters. Uh-oh.
And where do you think you're going?
Dump here. I'm going to kill Kagan. I'm going to paint the fucking walls with him, actually.
Really?
Afterwards, I'll settle with you.
Yeah, I don't think that's how it's gonna happen. I've been wanting to kill him for 75 years. You only got the idea yesterday.
That's tragic. But it's time to extract my inheritance. 1 pint at a time.
You really want to inherit the world Kagan's created? Feral, that's like inheriting
Feral.
leprosy.
Better than getting thrown out a 40-story window into sunlight, bitch.
One down, 1 to go.
Well,
Zerks, wow, is that you? You've been working out.
Oh, this? Just something I prepared the Overlord.
Well,
to protect
Feral's
from
gone.
the lethal rays of the sun.
I've been meaning to ask you about that. I thought your shroud blocks out the sun.
No, it does. But the Vesper Shard taught us to harness the sun's lethal power and pierce the shroud.
great.
Esper Shard. That machine Kagan wanted at Brimstone.
Overlord Kagan has many enemies.
You're kinda his bitch, huh? So that's what brought down the choppers. And how you killed Feral.
And precisely how I'm going to dispose of you. It took me 5 long years to piece Father back together. I won't let you take him apart again. Do you miss the sun?
Oh, boy.
Hey!
Stand still and I'll destroy you.
Yeah, that's big talk for a little guy in an ugly suit. Why don't you come out here and say that?
Thank you, no. I'm quite comfortable.
Rain, I have no way to get to you or see you. What's happening?
Zerks again. He's being a big bully in his dumb old people suit. It's
His
like the
dumb
ones I
old
fought
people
before, but it's enormous. Oh, and he's got a sun cannon.
Any obvious weaknesses in the suit?
Maybe. I guess those exposed spots might not be able to hold up to too much abuse.
I can assure you that this encounter will be our last.
Like you were reading my mind.
Alright, now. Ow. Oh, he's gonna take out every chance that I have with,
Damn, I'm a couple of quarts low.
Okay. Need a new strategy here, obviously. Can't get close to him because he's got that attack there. Okay, let me try something here, actually. I can get up here, but is there any reason for that? It doesn't seem to be. I'm not sure what the purpose of coming up here would be then.
Blood guns rock, but they're bleeding me dry.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so I need you guys to come over here to... Nope, and that's still not helping. Especially when I can't... And off the tower we go. Cool. Oh, we can just jump back up here too. Alright. Actually, try to use that to my advantage, maybe. Maybe he can't come back here behind this wall? Whoop! And off the edge again we go. Okay. Alright, I need more of these guys. Because it looks like it's going to be a similar thing. Cool. To that last boss, the Unraveler, or whatever it was called. Try to, Nope, just back off the edge again. Neat. Alright. Alright, come here, bud. You're still there? Good to know, Suave. I'm, trying to get this boss here figured out now. I think I've got a plan, but it's gonna be a, it's gonna be another slow one. Now the guy's blowing up my ammunition. Caught up on AC Shadows. Okay. I need that guy to stop stomping on my food. Say, because you're my health and you're my rockets right now. Ugh.
Looky here, guys. All of us here without a date. What are we?
Hey, what up? It's a cutscene from Sunday night. Okay. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here's a couple more rockets.
Oh!
Alright, now we retreat. That is not where I wanted to go.
Look, keep your eyes open. We're looking for a hot, big-breasted, red-headed vampire.
Whoop!
Okay?
Okay, nope, off the edge, that's cool. And back up we go, because apparently Rain can jump multiple stories. Oof.
Oh, what a...
Okay. Hey, buddy, I need you to come over here. Nope, that's cool. Doesn't turn out to be invincible like the last boss from the first game. You'd be alright. Well, sad part is this isn't even the last boss. At least I don't think it is. Like, still going after Kagan. And still haven't seen him yet.
Go time. Get over here, stupid.
Alright, here's a couple, guys.
Stand up so I can knock you down again. We're gonna do this all day. It's like a giant whack-a-mole. That's what you get for fucking with me. Yeah. Ah! Hey, what are you do? You got karate classes or some shit?
Nope. Not karate, just gonna suck all your blood out. Uh-huh. Seen that coming, bud.
Uh-oh. Dragon's reservoirs are running low again. Feeding time.
Damn. Okay. I need a couple other guys to come over here. I need health again. Whoops. Yeah, come over this way. Away from where he can do damage to me. Yeah, kind of like that. The blood hammer to hit the pink things till they turn green. And harpoon the green things off. And in order to hit the pink thing... Okay. Because I thought that... I mean, because it's like... I can't, like, individually aim at each one. So... I got the two on his legs, I think, already. Oh, nope, that's cool. So I might, yeah, have to get up higher in order to shoot the last one. But now I definitely need some health again here, though.
Gotta make a withdrawal from the blood bank.
Alright, come here, fellas. Yeah, needed some health, bad. Bad. Actually, I could use a bit more, and then I need to replenish my health again, too. Yeah, the one on the one shoulder is already gone, it looks like.
Hey, tight suit. Over here, stupid.
So, who the hell you calling stupid, my dude? Oh, okay, no, they're already green. They're gray, not necessarily green. So I got one. Nope, right off the edge again. Cool. Alright, now, part of this is also timing, I think, at this point. Oh, damn. Alright, there's two of them. And now, I need to retreat again. It's just a slow, agonizing process here. Alright, come here. Briefly have audio. Well, once again, appreciate you being here. Thanks very much for stopping by. And it's good to see you. Whoops. All right, there's one. Oh, he's not close enough. Damn, damn, damn.
Don't worry, I've been looking for you. You want to dance?
All right, come over here, you big, ugly bastard. You need to get a little closer, though.
Should we unwrap the presents, guys? Or should we just go ahead and whoop it ass? God, you smell nice.
Ah, there we go.
I don't understand you. We have created a vampire paradise. Why do you struggle against the inevitable?
Guess I'm just wired that way. Anyway, I liked the world better before, when I didn't know you were in it.
Bye. It's nice knowing you. Okay. Yeah, I was shooting the, I guess I'll call them little orbs in his legs and his shoulders, and I thought that was just doing the damage. I wouldn't even have guessed that I would have had to have like harpooned and pulled them out. So, but well, we got there. We got that one. Throne room. I think this must be. I wish that just did damage. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? But yeah, throne room, I believe, should be the final level, I think. Okay. Kagan! I did your guy.
Yeah!
Yeah! I'll try to get full health and like full ammo here before we do this. Oh, look at this. What do we got? Family portraits here. Got Zerks. Got Ephemera. The Unraveler. No idea who that is. Or that one either. But then again, these might just be more of Kagan's offspring and Rayne's half siblings. Cut content. Okay, well there's I already forgot her name again. Don't matter. Don't matter, she's dead anyway.
Hey, tight suit.
Hey, tight suit! Into fire, bud.
Hey, what do you do? Karate classes
Yeah,
or some
kind of
shit?
stings, huh?
Get out of here. Quite a bit of cut content, really. I'd be curious to know how much and exactly what was cut. Audio goes away again.
Yes. You again. You have caused me some trouble. More than I expected possible. I begin to wonder whether it was
What's up,
worth
Mr.
the
Baker?
effort to create you.
Maybe you should have thought things through better before you wiped out my mother's family.
Yeah, asshole.
We both know what's next, shall we? The Vesper Shard made itself at home in my flesh. It has been unpleasant.
Missed his sparkling
but not
personality.
entirely without benefit.
Who knows
It's
that
not
line
gonna
and from what
help.
movie? Alright.
What's the best you can accomplish?
That's enough talk, okay? I'm kind of trying to concentrate here.
The Shroud cannot be revoked. The world is ours. In Eternium.
You mean the world is yours, right? I find it hard to believe you share it.
But that's a fault of your imagination. Do you believe I could have affected such global change myself? You filled me up beyond reason. There are many others like me, all over the earth, each currently presiding over his own vampire kingdom, though not for much longer.
Let's see if you can climb the mountain.
Ooh. Okay. I gotta get away from the wall. Away from the wall.
Feeding time.
He's a Twilight vampire. Kill him. I'm trying, but this is gonna take a minute. Trying to like figure out I guess how he operates.
What's the best you can accomplish?
That's enough talk, okay? I'm kind of trying to concentrate here.
Oh, this heals me.
The shroud cannot be revoked. The world is ours. In eternium.
You mean the world is yours, right? I find it hard to believe you share it.
But that's a fault of your imagination.
Yeah, it heals him too, though.
Affected such
Okay.
global change myself. You filled me up beyond reason. There are many others like me, all over the earth, each currently presiding
Yeah,
over his own
kinda stings,
vampire
huh?
kingdom, though not for much longer.
Let's see if you can.
Oh, and then he runs back in here himself. Well, damn, how are you supposed to stop that exactly? Oh, I see. Hold on. Wait a second. Aha. Wait. I think we're coming on to something here. Kagan, screw off for a minute, man. All right, I got an idea. Come over here. Nope. Yep, drive him away from there. Damn it.
Gotta make a withdrawal from the blood.
Nope, nope, nope. Oh, no, I was so close. He's dead, damn it. You see that? He has no damn health left. He was dead. Ah, what the hell? I had him. I had him beat. That's bullshit.
What's the best you can accomplish?
That's enough talk, okay? I'm kind of trying to concentrate here.
The shroud cannot be revoked. The world is ours. In eternium.
You mean the world is yours, right? I find it hard to believe you can share it.
That's a fault of your imagination. Do you believe I
How
could
much
have
more do you
affected
think you
such
can take?
global change myself? You've built me up beyond reason. There are many others like me. All over the earth. Each currently presiding over his own vampire kingdom. Though not for much longer.
Let's see if we can hold on to it.
Okay, I'm getting this all screwed up here. I'm gonna have to try this over again. Kagan, piss off. Alright, now we all got full health again. Let's try that again. That sucks. Go to hell, Kagan. Piece of shit, man.
Yeah, kinda stings, huh?
No.
Feeding time. This is for my mother. This is for my city. And this is for my angry little misspent life. You rat-sucking son of a bitch.
Wow.
You said it.
Well, that's that. You're done. Kagan and the siblings are dead. How does it feel?
Would feel a whole lot better if the world hadn't been sent to vampire hell. I was half expecting everything to return to normal when Kagan died. Guess that wasn't very realistic.
Unjustifiably in a position that I'd rather not be in, but the queen rise to the top, oh yeah.
In the throne room. I know you've never cared about that, but you are half human yourself. Maybe that half is enough.
Yeah, maybe it is. Besides, I'm looking for work now too. Empress might not be a bad job title, until something better pops up. So, what's first on the agenda?
We'll need to assemble a larger team, then we need to sort out the vampires running loose in the city. It'll take some doing, but without leadership, they're not much worse than wild dogs. Besides, we control the sun gun.
And that's right.
And it's crucial that we do, because if Kagan was telling the truth at all, there are others like him out there. Powerful vampire overlords. And once they learn of Kagan's demise, it won't take long for them to come to claim his property for themselves. They won't come alone, and they won't want to negotiate.
Yeah, they not happy.
What about Brimstone? Still no word?
Nothing. But if Brimstone still exists, it's because they prepared for this. I wouldn't expect them to greet us with open arms. It's likely they've drawn definite lines, declared open war on everything even vaguely vampiric, which includes the both of us.
Stay down.
Damn. But Brimstone, they worked for Brimstone, so now Brimstone wants to take them out too? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't worry. You're safe now.
Am I supposed to know who you are? You get this, like, reveal like I'm supposed to know who you are. Okay.
Severin, these next few years are going to be very interesting.
Major chip hazard. Save. Yep. Well, there it is. Luckily, Kagan was nowhere near as much of a pain in the ass as Beliar and Jurgen Wolf. Alright, since we're past it, if you turn on the freeze time power before approaching Kagan, he'll never move or attack. I completely forgot that the freeze time was even a thing. Half of these powers in this I never even used. To be honest, I forgot about half of them. There's probably a couple other ones that I actually, did unlock that I never used one time because I completely forgot about them. So yeah, now I know the, I mean, that makes sense, to use the freeze time. If only I would have thought of that. Oh well, I still got it though, and I still beat it, and this is the first time I've ever beaten it, so I did it a certain way, and yes, I got it. I can be happy about that. The ending, so I had said, like, wait, I thought, Rain and Severin worked for Brimstone. But I forgot, and thinking about it, the opening cutscene of the first BloodRayne, there's two people from the Brimstone Society talking to each other. And they're like, what would we have a need for having a vampire in our ranks? I was thinking the Brimstone Society was like a group of vampires, and apparently that's probably not the case. the Brimstone Society probably just deals with like supernatural, beings or threats or something like that. So with some of these other big threats out of the way, Brimstone probably does just want to eliminate Severin and Rayne also. So part of that does make sense. Yeah, no marathon. Yeah, sorry to disappoint. And I know we're only an hour and a half in, but this does give me time to, I guess, essentially do my review as I like to do at the end of each game. So I expected the the final boss fight to take a lot longer than it did. Only, 2 or was it 3 attempts? It might only been 2 attempts and was able to pull it off. This game threw me a few curveballs at the beginning, because I was expecting the gameplay to be similar to the first. There was only a 2-year difference between the original releases of BloodRayne and BloodRayne 2. So I was expecting the second one to play similar to the first. And in certain aspects it does, and in other ways it's completely different. And I'll talk about that more here in a minute. So, this just takes me back to the main screen now, which it does. I'm just going to mute this, and that'll just kind of loop over and over again for a little while. So, starting off with the story. The story I liked quite a bit in this one. I had mentioned at the tail end, or at the ending of the first BloodRayne, I felt the story was lacking quite a bit. Was there any games in 2004 that had New Game Plus? New Game Plus? I can't think of any. So I'm not surprised to not see that here, but yeah. It was a re-release. It should have been negative review on Steam. That's completely uncalled for and completely unacceptable. But anyways, I had mentioned at the end of the first game that Rayne didn't have any personal stake in the story. Rayne was just working for the Brimstone Society. She was sent on a job. And that job was to stop Jürgen Wolf and the Nazis from gaining ultimate power. And that was through getting Belier's, pieces of Belier's body. But essentially it was just a job. It was just a mission for Rayne. And so that to me was very lackluster in that regard. Now this one they did do something that I thought that they should have done, and that was have a reason for Rayne to be doing what she's doing, a personal reason for it all. And that's very much the case here. With Rayne trying to track down Kagan, her father, for what she had done to her mother, which was, terrible by the sound of things. But then, the fact that Kagan also killed off Rayne's mother's entire extended family so that Rayne had nowhere to turn, which she had also done with her other siblings. It just seems like that's just how Kagan handled things. So Rayne believed Kagan was dead. There was an explosion. There was a cutscene that showed that. So she's like, well, if I can't eliminate him, I'll just eliminate all the rest of his family, blood for blood kind of deal. And so over the course of 70 or 75 years, whatever it was she said, just trying to track down more of those siblings and just taking them out. Well, with the fact that Kagan was still alive, that was her driving force, later on in the game, was to finally put an end to her father. So there was that personal connection there and the personal reason to be doing what she's doing. So I enjoyed the story in this one quite a bit more. The characters, some of the villains in this were a lot more memorable compared to the first. In the first, you had Belier, who's forgettable because you see him at the very end, and that's it. Jürgen Wolf, you see him maybe once or twice before like the final showdown at the end. So, and then all the rest are just generals that you take out along the way. So none of them are really all that memorable. Now in this one, Kagan is the driving force behind the narrative and behind Rayne's ultimate goal. The fact that he spawned all of these other half-siblings of Rayne. And because of Kagan, you had all these other half-siblings, and therefore producing basically all of the villains in the entire game, essentially. It all centers around Kagan. Everything does. So a much more memorable character in that regard. And Rayne's half-sisters and half-brothers, maybe exception of the one here at the mansion, he's kind of forgettable. But the two sisters, Ephemera and Feral, you see them multiple times. You confront them multiple times. There's multiple interactions with the two. So they have special abilities and powers to them too, and try to cut off Rayne a couple times throughout her journey in the story. So those are more memorable characters also. I like the fact that the setting changes multiple times. The setting in the first game, there was Louisiana, there was the bunker, or the military base in Argentina, I think it was, and then there's the castle in Germany. But that's about it. The settings don't change much. The settings change a lot more often here, and I greatly appreciated that. From this tower to the industrial areas, to the zoo, to some city area, like the settings changed up a lot more often. And even if it didn't change a lot, and of course the mansion at the very beginning, the mansion was a great way to start. So with the setting changing quite often, it didn't feel anywhere near as stale from a setting perspective as the first game did. So a massive difference and a welcome addition there. Graphically, yes, this is the revamped version, just like the first, but this one, and I'd be interested to see the original releases on the PS2 kind of side by side, to really determine on how the graphics really looked here as far as this revamped version. But even from revamped of BloodRayne 1 to revamped of BloodRayne 2, not only were the graphics pretty decent, as far as textures and that sort of thing. BloodRayne 1 revamped, that had some texture upgrades that were nice, but some things were still pretty blocky. You can still tell it was just kind of a reskinned PS2 game. It was nice what they did with it, but you could still kind of tell. In this one, there's a little bit of that, but it's nowhere near as noticeable, I don't think, as the first game. This one actually looks very good. There are a couple spots where things do seem still a little PS2-esque, but I don't feel like it was anywhere near as noticeable still as the first game. This game actually does look very good, in my opinion. Gameplay-wise is where there's some pros and cons for me as far as the gameplay here. The melee combat, to me, still suffers from the same thing that the first one does. And that the melee combat is just not... it's not as satisfying as I want it to be. Again, I may have mentioned this before at some point, but when somebody said that the combat or something like that's not satisfying, I used to scoff at that. Like, what do you mean? Playing BloodRayne and BloodRayne 2, I fully understand what people mean by that. It feels like when you're using the melee combat, you're not connecting to the enemies. I mean, she's slinging these blades wildly, but it doesn't feel like they connect. You hear the slashing motion. You hear the audio of like the slashing being made and blood splattering everywhere, but it doesn't. When you slash at one of the enemies, if they're like in mid-swing or if they're in mid-motion of doing something, they follow through with that, it seems like, most of the time. Unless you lob off one of their arms or there was some dismemberment going on. But if that doesn't happen, it feels like they're still in like full motion. And so it feels like your melee attacks are just not landing. And that's very disappointing, and I don't care for that. It feels really lacking in that regard. The harpoon and being able to chuck your opponents just here and there and over yonder and over hither was great. That was a nice added addition to the gameplay as far as the mechanics go. I like the fact that you can harpoon somebody and chuck them off to the side of the room and they get just impaled on something. That was a nice touch. Where I have a problem with that is that most of the time to progress through many of the levels in this game, you have to use that mechanic to chuck your opponents into something, whether it's cogs in a wheel or whether it's knocking down some kind of object or something. And that's fine to be able to use that just in combat, but it's like they figured out how to do that as a mechanic, and so I think they did it to where you had to progress through the levels too much. There were certain times where there would just be wave after wave after wave of enemies, and at first I didn't realize that you're supposed to be chucking them into certain objects or into certain things to make something happen to therefore progress through the level. I picked up on it maybe about halfway through the game where they were giving me hints, right? They would normally either do a camera zoom in and pan to whatever the objects or whatever the environmental thing was, or Severin and Rain would even like comment on it occasionally, but some of them were somewhat subtle, and I just wasn't picking up on it at first. So once you figure it out, it's not really all that hard. It's just I didn't care for the fact that you had to use that mechanic to progress through so many of the levels. Once in a while, maybe, sure, that wouldn't have been all that bad, but it seemed like it was like every other level, or sometimes even every level, you had to do something like that to progress through the level, and I feel like that made that entire mechanic completely overdone. It made it I don't know, it felt like it was too much as far as that goes. I liked being able to basically do a Tony Hawk grind down a rail and be able to, extend the blades and just, chop guys in half on the way down. That was cool. Where one thing I really did not like about this one is the gunplay, the gun mechanics, the firefights. In the first game, you can just pick up guns whenever the opponents drop them. You waste the magazines, you chuck them, you pick up some more, and you just start blasting. I actually really enjoyed that aspect of the first game, even though I wasn't necessarily expecting to use it as much, but I really did enjoy that. I missed that in this one. Yes, guns are still a factor, but I don't like the way they did it at all. You can get different types of ammunition, so therefore it kind of seems like different guns, sure. But I hate the fact that the blood that you use from your enemies to replenish your health, it's the same way to replenish your ammunition. And I don't care for that, because there were multiple times where I'd be running pretty low on health, but I have no ammo either. And if it were only a couple enemies here and there running around, I kind of had to make a choice. Do I need to replenish my ammunition right now? Am I good enough on my health to sacrifice that for a minute? Or do I need health right now and still have no ammunition? I hate the fact that they made the health and the ammunition refills the same thing. And I feel like that really hindered me at certain spots. And I didn't want to use the guns as much in this one, because I didn't want to have to worry about replenishing my ammo. I don't know if that was obviously it was a choice they made by design. But I don't know if the idea here was to use the melee combat more so than using the guns like you would in the first game. And if that's what they were going for, I feel like they succeeded, but I didn't care for that. I wanted to be able to use the guns a lot more. I suppose one thing, if you had no ammo and you had full health, you could just use Rayne's own health or use Rayne's blood as the ammunition. So it made it, I don't know, it gave you the option to do that, but I'm not going to sacrifice my health, to use ammunition. I think during the Unraveler fight, once or twice with the, basically the blood rocket, the blood hammer, I did it a couple times, but there were so many enemies aplenty to replenish my ammo and my health. So that wasn't as big of a deal, but that's not always the case. And so I didn't care for that at all. And I missed being able to just pick up multiple guns and just start blasting. I really did not care for that in this one. Typically now I would talk about price. I paid way too much for this, just as I did the first. And I probably could have got away with just purchasing a copy of the PS2 version. But I didn't. I decided to do this one. And so I'm not really going to complain about price much. That was my own doing. And I guess, I paid way too much for the first BloodRayne, but this one's a little bit more doable. This one was about, typical new game price, around that $60 mark or so. So I can't really complain too much about that. As far as the replayability goes, as far as I go personally with this one, the combat not being all that satisfying, really, in the grand scheme of things, and the fact that the way that the guns work in this one, if I were to go back and play either BloodRayne or BloodRayne 2 again, I feel like it might probably be BloodRayne 2 over the first one, just because the story's better. Graphically, I think it looks a little bit better. The story was much better. Some of the characters are better. But the gameplay, there's positives and negatives to both, and I feel like they kind of outweigh themselves. But so if I were just going on gameplay alone, I wouldn't mind playing them again, but it would be a while. I wouldn't have really any need to play these again relatively soon. And when the time comes, if I do want to replay one of them, it may be this one, just because I feel like the story's better, and that's about it. just like the first BloodRayne, I feel as though that this one suffers from the same thing. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible game by any means, but it's not a great game either. It's kind of, it's good, but therefore it's sort of forgettable. And I do feel like that is kind of a shame. I feel like if this one was a little bit better in one way or another or something, maybe the series would still be alive today. Because the BloodRayne franchise as a whole, I mean, as far as I can tell, as best as I know, it's dead and has been for a while, with the exception of these re-releases, these remasters. The BloodRayne franchise has died, and died quite a while back. And they tried to turn this into a massive franchise. There's comic books out there. There was multiple movies, none of which were any good from what I remember. I feel like there is potential here. And the way they left this one off in that final cutscene where Severin was telling Rain, hey, now that Kagan is gone, there's others out there that want what he has and are willing to do anything to get it. And Rain basically kind of taking over as basically the Empress is what she called herself. Basically trying to rule over this vampire empire that has been created. There were layers there where they could have continued this and done like an actual part 3 and continued with more villains, another story, and it could have continued, but I just don't think that these original 2 games were quite good enough to justify doing a third. The final game in the series, which we did get, is completely different. And I will be talking about that next Tuesday when I start it, because Thursday I got a one-off, which I'll talk about in a minute. So there is another BloodRayne game, and I will be doing that one also, but it is nothing like BloodRayne 1 and 2. Not even close. It's a whole completely separate thing by itself. And from what I understand, doesn't pick up where BloodRayne 2 leaves off. From what I understand, it takes elements of the second game and rehashes it or something. So when Betrayal came out, there were actually even plans of some handheld games, I think for the PSP or something at that time, and there was something else that was being planned. Because Betrayal did so poorly, everything else got canceled, and it was essentially the death of the franchise. And I feel like with the technology that we have now, with the hardware that we have now, I feel like if somebody were to resurrect this franchise, you got to think about it. Since BloodRayne 2 in 2004, look at the type of games that we've got since then. We've got stuff like God of War and the different types of games that series spawned with the hack and slash and all that. You're talking about games like Heavenly Sword and Dante's Inferno, stuff like that. I feel like if they were to do a BloodRayne maybe in that sort of style, it might work. Or if they did maybe a little more Devil May Cry with it or something. Really, I guess the only thing I'd really be asking for is make the melee combat feel like you're actually doing damage. That's one of my biggest hangups with this. And I don't know if I'm just making a bigger deal out of that for myself than I should be, but if it just doesn't feel right, then it doesn't feel right. And it doesn't feel right. But I feel like with the types of games that are out there today, the different genres and types of games that they have done, I feel like they could resurrect the BloodRayne franchise. There is a space for it, and I feel like it could do well. It's been over 20 years at this point, and we've never got an actual, like, official third chapter in the BloodRayne series. So if we haven't gotten it in over 20 years, we're not going to. We have 1 and 2. That's what we have, and that's all we can go back to. And unfortunately, they're kind of middle of the road games. Again, they're not bad, but they're not great. They kind of just are. And so therefore they're somewhat forgettable. And I guess that's really all I have to say about that. So, we're going to be cutting this one off like an hour ahead of schedule. But there is no mini games. There is no New Game Plus. There's nothing else really to do here, and that's fine. It's not that big of a deal to have one a little bit shorter for once. Means I actually might get to bed at a decent hour tonight. But I am still committed to finishing the BloodRayne saga, and there is one more chapter in the BloodRayne saga that still needs to be done. But before I get to that, tomorrow night, Swab Beardson will be back with another part of Assassin's Creed Shadows. So if you're not following Swab Beardson on Twitch, I suggest and urge you to go over there and do so. He's been playing through many of the Assassin's Creed games, starting with the first, and went through all of them up to Revelations. He is now doing Shadows, so he's going to have another part of that. And then I will be back Thursday night for my regular Thursday night stream, where I have another one-off planned. And who out there was a fan growing up as kids, as I and my brother Swab Beardson were, of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series? Please let me know, because I've got something planned revolving around that. So, some time ago, I picked up the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers for the Sega Genesis. And it was one of them nostalgia things, and when I was younger, I remember playing several different beat 'em up games, Turtles in Time. Maybe it wasn't Turtles in Time, but one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, and I distinctly remember a Power Rangers side-scrolling beat 'em up and stuff like that. And so I purchased it on the Sega Genesis, and it was my cousin who was here earlier, Squirrel, who told me that, if you got it for the Genesis, you need to get it for the Super Nintendo. And I said, well, why is that? Because typically there's a couple exceptions. There's not many, but there's a few where I don't typically get the same game for multiple consoles. I don't really feel like that's necessary. But again, there are some exceptions. And he told me, he said, if you got it on the Genesis, you need to get it for the Super Nintendo because it is a completely different game. It's not even close to the same thing. You need to get that one too. I said, okay, now I'm intrigued. So, I did that. I also purchased the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. And so I had this thought, I had this idea, and I have a way to do it. Where I'm going to stream both games on that night. I'm going to start with the Sega Genesis version, and I'll do half of the stream on that hour and a half, somewhere in there. At the halfway mark, I will then switch over to the Super Nintendo, And I'll be playing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo and seeing what that version of the game is like compared to the Genesis version. So I thought that would be something that would be really cool. And that's something I've been looking forward to doing for a little while. So I got that coming up Thursday night. Swab Beardson will be back with another part of Assassin's Creed Shadows come Sunday. And then come next Tuesday night, we will start the final chapter in the BloodRayne saga with BloodRayne Betrayal Fresh Bites. So that is all coming up in the next week. So to stay updated on everything that Suave Beardson and I are doing, whether it's on the streams or whether it's on the various YouTube channels that we have, there is the Grim Beardson Discord. That is a joint Discord server for the two of us. And again, you can stay updated on what we're streaming and when YouTube videos come out. You can chat with us all week long. You can share your own links to your own things. We can check that stuff out. All good things. So, yeah, that's what's coming up. So when you switch from one game to another Thursday, there's something you have to do. Not giving you an out on this one. What do I have to do? What do I have to do exactly? What is a must? Yeah. If only I had one of the old like toy morphers or something, right? And if I would have thought this through a little bit further, I really might have done that. And if nothing else, it could have set up here on my game shelves after the fact, and I could have used the morpher in the whole 9 yards. Just use the cartridge. I might be able to do that. I say that because the plan, the way I'm going to have it set up is I've got a AV cable switcher box. And the plan, you still have a toy morpher? Lurk, that's awesome. For which Ranger? Which one? Red, green, white? Which one? Which one do you got? But the plan is, because I got the PS5 sitting here now, and I always have whatever console I'm streaming off of right here over my shoulder. So the idea here is I'm going to have my switcher box here, and I'm going to have the Genesis and the Super Nintendo sitting side by side. And with that switcher box, I don't actually have to switch the AV cables because it's all going to be wired through that box. So instead of having the cartridges like out and loose, they're going to be in the consoles already. And when I'll be playing the Genesis version, and then when the time comes to do the SNES version, all I have to do is click the button, and I'll already have the console flicked on, and as soon as I hit that button, it'll just change over to the next one. There wouldn't be a whole lot of so that way it cuts out on the downtime too of actually switching consoles and everything out. So it should be a fairly smooth transition to be able to do this way. But before I switch on the Super Nintendo, I might be able to do that with a cartridge. That may be a thing. He's like, dude, overnight mail that sumbitch. If I had the money, no lie, there's a place about maybe a half hour, maybe a little bit longer than a half hour south of me. And they've got video games, they've got retro games in there, but they're like a giant retro toy store. And they even had like the Green Ranger, Tommy's like flute dagger and everything in there. They had some cool stuff in there, not gonna lie. On my YouTube channel, if anybody's interested and haven't seen it, it's in one of my retro game hunting videos. I go to that place and you see some of that stuff in that video. The place was called the Sylvania Toy Company. So whichever one, I think it might have been Retro Game Hunting 4, I think, where I went down there. But you can see that whole place and all the stuff that they got. Came with the Blade Blaster and the 5 coins. Okay, so the have the blaster and only have the Mastodon coin. So Mastodon, that was the blue one, correct? I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure blue, because that was Billy, right? I actually might have some facts still here straight. Oh, that was the black one? Oh, that's right. Blue and Billy was the Triceratops. That's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Hey. I don't remember if we ever had any of the morphers when we were kids. We might have. There was so much stuff. I know that when we were kids, we actually had like the Megazord that you could actually like take apart into their own individual things, but they all came together as the one massive, thing, which was really, really cool. Kind of miss some of those things. But anyway, so yeah. Tomorrow night, another part of Assassin's Creed Shadows with Suave Beardson on his channel. And then Thursday night will be a comparison between the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo versions of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I'm looking forward to that. And then right back here on Tuesday night next week for the start of the final chapter of the BloodRayne saga. So all that's coming up. Squirrel, I want to send a shout out to you. Thanks for stopping by for a few minutes. Xana, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate having you back and checking this out. And, of course, as always, the real MVPs that are here every single night that I got to give all the thanks in the world to, Lurk Morrison and, of course, Suave Beardson. Gentlemen, thank you very much for hanging out and checking out BloodRayne. I hope that these first two chapters have been enjoyable for you. And I hope that you are still interested in seeing the conclusion of this series starting next week. So that's going to be it for me tonight. Again, a bit more of a short one, but that's okay. I will be back Thursday with my regular Thursday night stream. So with that being said, I'm the Grim Gamer. Thanks again. Appreciate you. Appreciate y'all. And I will see you next time.